Your Honor, that I hope you realize is not possible for me. I'm even being harmed waiting for 2.5 hours on my cell phone, which is on speaker remote from me.
Then I don't know how I'm going to get you into court.
October 4th of this year, I gave the defendant the proper 30-day notice demanding possession of my property because of non-payment of rent.
Well, okay, let me stop you there.
Okay.
A 30-day can't be the subject of a non-payment of rent action.
Okay. So.
All right. Do you want her to move, or are you just terminating her tenancy? I mean, are you terminating her tenancy and want her to move, or do you want her to pay you?
I want her to move, and I want to also have a money judgment. So I can do that?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, that's what I want.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm seeking a money judgment from the court for all back that she owes me as of December 1st, 2023, which is $11,995 plus court costs $215 and service fee of $68.
So how much is your
So the total
claim?
money judgment requested from the court is $12,278.
All right, Ms. Gerler, what do you have to say to that?
Your Honor, when I first moved in, it was to be a temporary arrangement. I had another place lined up that did not end up being represented appropriately. It was to be vacated and renovated. Didn't happen. I have attempted along the way to give Ms. Peel, the plaintiff, money. I became extremely ill with COVID, which I have long COVID, along with 2 other disabilities.
Buckle up, because today's case takes off fast. It begins with an eviction over unpaid rent, a request for a monetary judgment, and a landlord who has clearly run out of patience. Judge Milton wastes no time in scrutinizing the notice served. The landlord responds quickly, justifying her legal standing with confidence. Tensions rise immediately as both parties dig in.
When I became behind in rent because of illness and sought help from local agencies, the plaintiff was offered money from Faith in Action, and she declined those monies. And there were other monies from other agencies that would have been available that would have satisfied my arrearages at that time of $2,985. Declining those monies led me to believe that she simply wanted me to move out. So I tried to start packing possessions, became ill with COVID again. I have, in the court documents, outlined to you the many times since then that I have been afflicted with every COVID variant. I already have a serious, extreme condition of electrohypersensitivity that I cannot easily find a place to live. I cannot live in group settings, be exposed to Wi-Fi, wireless meters, be near cell towers. I need a rural environment. I no longer have a vehicle. I cannot use cell phones, smartphones, computers due to my electrohypersensitivity, and I thank the court for granting this Zoom appointment at the last minute, since I was not supplied the forms necessary in the personal and mailing service I received, and was actually waiting because in our December 1st hearing with Judge Barr, he informed the plaintiff that she had filed incorrect paperwork and needed to refile. So I have been waiting for that paperwork to come, which I don't know if something changed and was not necessary. But
What incorrect paperwork? I don't have a notice to that.
Well, and that's whatever happened, Your Honor. That's what I heard in court, and I'm not privy to what happened thereafter. I am chronically ill, Your Honor. When I get well,
The situation quickly escalates when the tenant reveals a wave of personal hardship. She explains that she's been battling long-term, debilitating health issues, and claims her application for rental assistance was rejected. The twist? She accuses a landlord of deliberately blocking the financial aid. At this point, the case becomes about more than just money. It's a conflict rooted in morality, missed opportunity.
Ma'am,
I
hold on.
cannot.
Yes, ma'am.
I spoke with my attorney counsel yesterday, and she said my paperwork was fine. I think it was just not clear to Judge Barr what I wanted because I didn't know how to present my case. So,
Well,
but
yeah, I actually see what Judge Barr is saying right now. Well, you filed 2 different notices. That's why. I got it. It's fine. I think. Hold on. That's not that one. Right. You filed 2 different ones, but you got, it appears to me, the correct paperwork. All right.
Your Honor,
So-
just to respond, that's what I heard from the judge, and my legal
Yeah, but
counsel.
this is another judge saying that that's wrong. It's correct.
And that's fine. I have no problem, but I
Okay,
was waiting
good.
on that paperwork. I know that the plaintiff is someone who tries to do things appropriately, but what did not happen appropriately with this home that has been a long time rental is that there is no certificate of compliance on file with the township. And the
Okay, so
application-
when are you going to move then?
Your Honor, I have had to deal with all the demands of the court, so I cannot explore that yet because I was required to apply for SER with the DHS, which was declined. I have contacted every agency available to me thus far.
Ma'am, do you understand she doesn't want you to pay rent and stay? She wants you to leave.
I understand that, sir, but to comply with the court and the paperwork required for this hearing, DHS, that's where I have.
The courtroom begins to descend into confusion. The tenant defends her lack of compliance by referencing a previous judge and what she describes as misunderstood instructions. However, Judge Middleton is not convinced. He clearly states that the paperwork was accurate and the instructions had been clear from the beginning. As miscommunication transforms into a legal disadvantage, the tenant finds herself cornered by her own misunderstanding.
But my first attentions, I have been packing and moving things out of the house, which they have witnessed. But because of my extreme sensitivities, it is not easy for me to find a place where I can live safely. I have just recovered from my last bout with COVID, which has severely impacted me for the last 4 years and created these issues. And I have also...
Ma'am, I understand all of that. The question becomes, when can you move?
That is a question mark to you and me both, Your Honor. I do not know. I have nowhere to go. I am solo in this world. I have no vehicle. My car broke down June of 2022. And my situation is not a good one because of chronic illness. My energy is not reliable, and sometimes 12 hours in the bed.
Okay, ma'am, I can appreciate all of that. But you also have to understand that the landlord is entitled to her premises back.
I understand that they request their premises back, and I have an appointment with Hawk on Monday. To what degree that will help, I do not know at this point. I have been unable to find assistance from anybody because they say I am not sustainable, because I am now forced to live only on my Social Security income, the house line.
All right. Okay, ma'am. Here's what I'm going to do, because this has got to...
Judge Middleton steps in firmly, cutting through the emotional back and forth to demand a straight answer. When will you leave? The tenant, overwhelmed by her circumstances, battling illness, lacking family support, and without a housing plan, falls silent. Her inability to respond speaks volumes. What began as a simple legal proceeding has now spiraled into a deeply painful standoff.
I understand the difficulties that you're telling. I also understand that the landlord needs to resolve that. So I'm going to set this for a trial. You've raised some issues in your answer, but I'm going to set it for a yes, ma'am.
When I talked to my attorney, she said that there is no requirement for the compliance regulations in Webster Township where I live. And she's an attorney from Dexter. So,
they know more. They know more than us here, us other country folk from Pittsfield, or what?
I guess. I don't know. That's what she said. Is that correct?
What?
That's what she said.
I don't know. I guess she's from Dexter, so she knows more than us.
Township does
We're
not
just
issue.
little country judges up here. You know, ma'am.
I actually called the zoning person too. She
Okay,
said,
and she said, yeah, probably
She said-
she agreed.
I'm having difficulty hearing, Your Honor. Could that be repeated?
No. Okay. She went to Webster Township. The issue regarding the certificate of occupancy, it really isn't an issue because they don't require it for rental properties in Webster Township. That's the long and short of it.
I would like to know then why Legal Services of South Central Michigan gave me this form and checked
Okay,
it out.
ma'am.
They must
I
have
don't
obviously
know.
received
You guys keep talking about lawyers. I've not met them. I don't know.